Good morning and welcome back to the end of the week, but the beginning of a new month. Today's Friday, August 1st, 2025 at 6:30 and the market's open. We're gonna wait our first 5 minutes, get our levels set. We have some news at 7 o'clock. That's a red label event. Probably gonna be waiting around until then. The market is extremely down from yesterday. We broke an upward trend line that we've been bouncing off of for a couple months. Might be seeing a little bit of a reversal, so we're going to be a little patient and see what levels we have. Alright, 6:35, so we got our level set. We have our 5-minute high, 5-minute low. This is our pre-market low. This white line was a previous all-time high from a couple months ago. Kind of just left it there, haven't moved it. It's been acting as a good resistance and support in certain situations. Pre-market highs up here. Again, this is a 15-minute downward trend line that has been, we've been in a downward trend since yesterday. And yeah, we are, this is previous day low. We are way below yesterday's low. Lots of blood in the water. So we're going to be patient today and see how the market reacts. We got that 7 o'clock news coming up still, so. So we broke below our pre-market lows and our 5-minute low. Had a strong retest back right up into our pre-market low. No reason to hop into anything right now at this moment. We broke our 5-minute low again. This is a really strong candle to the upside. We had some weak price action and then failed again at the pre-market low. I know that sellers are really stepping in on the market. I'm just a little hesitant with the 7 o'clock news to jump into anything, although this would have been really good. Probably would have been done. Alright, we're gonna have some more patience and see. We did break our 5-minute low again. This is a weekly liquidity zone we bounced off of a couple months ago. Let me double check what month that was. We created this, we created this on July 7th, this liquidity zone, and we're coming back into it. We already touched it once before. This is another touch. See if we'll have a little bit of a bounce, retest into our 5-minute low. We get a nice retest into our 5-minute low with weak price action. We'll be able to hop into a short and then hopefully ride it out before 7 o'clock, or be enough of a wave that it'll just hit our price targets right away. Alright, not gonna lie, at this point I am getting a little bit of FOMO. I missed out on this retest. I didn't miss out, I just wasn't expecting the market to flush this quickly. At this point, we do still have an opportunity to retest back into our 5-minute low. I just gotta be careful because the market has really kind of overextended itself to the downside, so we might see a reversal with the buyers trying to reclaim, coming back into these levels up here before having another leg down. Creating a really strong downward trend line. Buyers are starting to wake up. Let's see if we can get another green candle. I want to see a retest at least up into this liquidity zone. Boy, the sellers are really in charge here. I'm going to hop into a short if the seller, once this candlestick closes. If it closes red with the pushing down, there's still a lot more blood in the water.
Order submitted.
Alright, let's hope for another flush to the downside. I want to be in and out of this move before 7 o'clock. We have another weekly liquidity zone from July 4th that we are starting to gravitate towards. This also was tapped once, maybe twice in the past. It was more of like it broke through it, and we kind of went up for all-time high and then bounced onto it and then continued going upwards. Alright, we're approaching our first price target. The market's getting a little weary. We have about 10 more minutes until there's
Order
our first
canceled.
Got 10 more minutes until our 7 o'clock news. Let's move my stop loss up. I want to make sure we have a little bit of room moving up with my stop loss before it comes. I want to make sure that we can hit our second price target here. I don't mind if we come up a little bit and then fall back down to the downside. Oh, here we come. Let's see. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna put it right here. Buyers are really stepping up. Here's our trend line. I'm gonna see us fail and flush down to the back down. Buyers are holding this level. Sellers are having a little bit of a hard time reclaiming. Making a little bit of a resistance, or sorry, a little bit of a support zone. But the sellers look like they are still very much in control. Let's see us break through it, break our low of day. And then hopefully hit our second price target and be done. Got about 7 more minutes until news. I am going to move my stop loss up above our break even. We're on that downward trend line again. Let's see if the sellers can regain control. Buyers made it very clear they don't want to break below this level. Here comes the sellers again. Alright, we are starting to see the sellers get exhausted. Buyers are starting to come back into power and reclaim these levels. I'm going to let it hit my stop loss if it comes to here. We got about 4 more minutes until news. Definitely don't want to be a part of that event. Yeah, here comes the stop loss. Buyers have created a tiny upward trend line. Not so strong, but it is, it looks like we might have found our bottom for now. 3 more minutes until news. This upward trend line is broken. We're bouncing off of the support level again. Sellers don't want to give up just quite yet. I'm going to close out of this trade before 7 o'clock. I don't want to be stuck in a windfall. I'm up $500. Let's see how much more blood we can get. Alright, we're done.
Order filled.
Alright. Oh, these are still going.
Order filled. Order filled.
Cool. Alright, so let's wait until 7 o'clock. I want to see what news brings. I didn't want to be stuck in the news event and be called for a windfall. End of the day up $500. Totally cool with that. Got a couple more seconds until 7 o'clock. It might be all for nothing. And it's 7 o'clock news. Alright, we would have hit our second price target. What I didn't want to have happen was a pop upwards and end the day with less green. So better off this way than getting stuck in something. Broke through that liquidity level. We'll probably see a lot more to the downside today.
Yeah, with that being said, I'm going to call it a day. So thanks for tuning in, guys. See you tomorrow.